Today, we're going to be going over Alabama's offensive playbook in college football 25. And if you ask me personally, this is a top 3 playbook in the game. And if you stay to the end, you will win 10 times more games in college football 25. If you're tired of losing on college football 25 and Madden 25, I'm here to make y'all boys compy. If y'all boys want to win 10 times more in both college football 25 and Madden 25, all you have to do is go to the link in the description and head over to my Patreon. I give out the best free sauce, even my own personal sauce. It's Ebooks Coaching, the best defense, offense. I'm giving the best tips and tricks away just so y'all boys could continue to win in both college football and Madden 25. Get legit. Yo, it's your boy Get Live Mar here back with another YouTube video. And today, y'all boys, I know it's been long awaited. The Alabama offensive playbook in college football 25. And this is one of the best playbooks. I want to say top 3, but I'm going to say top 5 because it's some great playbooks. So I would say Alabama top 5 for sure. Maybe in some people it's top 3, but I'm telling y'all boys, this playbook is like that, especially if y'all like home run plays, one play touchdowns. This is a playbook for you. So as you see, it has gun, it has pistol, and it also has single back, which I like because, you know, a lot of playbooks don't have single back. It's mainly just gun, and, you know, sometimes you need those little under center runs. So we're going to go ahead and start off light with the gun split twins offset. Now this play can be very annoying, especially how you pair it up. So as you see, here are my audibles. I'm not going to be showing all the audibles for every single formation. If y'all want all that, the link is in the bio for the Patreon. But as you see, we have speed option, RPO alert, the motion PA sales, and then let's go ahead and add in the, where is it at? The motion X spot to that. And I'm going to actually change this to RPO read bubble. So we're going to go ahead and run the RPO read bubble against any defense. So for this, the reason why I run the RPO read bubble instead of swing is because you see, we have a read key. So that means I could either hand the ball off, keep the ball with the quarterback now, or throw it to R1 on that route. So most of the time when I run this play, I am looking to throw the little swing or bubble, whatever you want to call it. But now, since we have this added factor where we could keep the ball with the quarterback, this makes this play 10 times more crazier. So we're going to snap it and we're going to read. If we don't see nobody flow with him, we're going to throw it. And then if we see them like flow over there and guard R1, then we're going to see what number 90 is doing. So you should already kind of be looking over there anyway, so you should be able to see it. So let's go ahead and hike this ball. Go ahead, throw it out there. Since, you know, we have the sideline, it was one-on-one out there, and you see we get the easy yards down the field. And if I wanted to, I could have put a spin move on them boys and went crazy. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Let's see if we can get 90 to crash down. Yep, he crashes down. I keep the ball, but as you see, somebody else comes and tackles me. I was just trying to show y'all boys how it would look if you keep the ball, but I should have threw it. So let's go ahead and do a normal read with this. Go ahead. Ooh, that's on me. I keep that. I'm gone. All right, so that's perfect. So as you see, once you do this a couple times and your opponent really can't stop it, that's when you could just go ahead and switch to the play motion X spot. And what I like to do with this is I'll just go ahead and put circle on a streak, square on a streak, and you could keep Ebron on that little post route, but you really don't want to do too many adjustments when you run this because it's really to catch your opponent off guard. Another thing I like to do is go ahead and put, since our tight end is on the post, I would just go ahead and put my running back on a Texas route. Then we're going to go ahead and hike it. And then, like I said, when you run this, your opponents are going to start run committing, crashing down a lot. So you're going to have a lot of free touchdowns, just pairing these two plays together. I'm going to show y'all boys another setup you can do. It may take a little bit longer, but hey, so you're going to just go ahead and streak your tight end. Go ahead and put your running back on a streak and go ahead and streak Moz and just keep that corner out there. Go ahead and run it. And as you see, you just read it. I could have threw it to the, what is it called? The corner route, or I could have threw one of the streaks. It just depends on what defense they're running, and you just got to make the right read. And then also you do have this speed option. So say if it's like 3rd and 1, you know, just a short distance and you need that first down, this is when you could pull this out the bag. Just go ahead, pitch it to R1, and you see we get those easy 5+ yards down the field. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to the bread and butter of this playbook, which is bunch tight end. And this is the only playbook in the game with this formation. And the play we're going to be going over is PA verticals. And if y'all boys see my TikTok, I showed y'all boys what plays to match up with it. You have PA verticals, you have HB off tackle, and then you have the play whips. So let's go ahead and run those plays. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and streak circle, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap triangle again to get on Renfro, and then I'm going to hold down L1, and then I'm going to flick my left stick down 1 just so I could bring that post route down a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and block this running back, and then we can hike this ball. But since I see it's cover 3, I'm going to go ahead and put that tight end on a corner route just to control that DB on the right side. So let's go ahead and hike it, and we should have triangle down the field. If he blocks, look, as you see, he's wide open. I am playing against my defense, so you know that D-line, them boys is fire. So with this play, you basically really just want to read the defense, and that's who you're going to be able to tell who's open. So if it's one high safety, most of the time that post route is going to be open. And then when it's too high, you should have one of the streaks. So let's go ahead and see. We should have the bend with, there we go. We had a streak route down the field for the easy touchdown. There was probably a match right there or just man. And you see this play goes crazy. But if you want to see more setups of this one play touchdown, like I said, the link is in the description. Now, I did say I was done showing my audibles, but since I already showed y'all boys on TikTok, you see I have RPO alert bubble. I had to play whips and then HB off tackle. HB off tackle is one of the best run plays in the game, and it's annoying to play against. Now, of course, against this defense, I really wouldn't run this. What I would really do here is I would just go ahead and put my my tight end on a corner route since we have it. You see, it's nobody over there. Let's go ahead and hike it, and you see he's going to cook him because that is a D lineman. Well, no, that's actually Dallas Turner, so outside linebacker trying to guard my tight end. So, but I'm gonna just go ahead and run the HB off tackle since we got, we got 3 for 3 out there, so we should be good. So we're just gonna go ahead and run it. Renfro actually didn't block. He blocked the safety instead. But when you run this play, you really just want to try to keep it to the outside. So let's go ahead and do it real quick. So as you see, just keep it to the outside, and you can cut up at any point and, put a move on them boys or whatever. But like I have broke big multiple times for this play, but at the least I'm getting 10 plus yards when I run this play. Now, the next play we're going to be going over is RPO alert bubble. So when it looks like your opponent isn't in man, or it looks like you have the numbers outside, this is when I like to run this play. So as you see, it don't look like they're a man, but they actually are right there. So that was a bad time to call it. So we could go ahead and call it now since it's one high safety. Let's go ahead and do it. So here we're going to read the bubble or just hand the ball off. So as you see, we hand the ball off, but them boys not blocking. It's cool. That's more of a play I run when I need the first down, a couple yards just to catch my opponent off guard. Like I said already, y'all boys, this is my defense. So, them boys already, they demons. They go crazy. The next play we're going to be going over is whips. And this play, it goes crazy. It's really unstoppable. I'm going to show y'all boys some setups with this. So for the first thing, I like to go ahead and put triangle on a post, but then I like to go ahead and custom stem it down 1. And then we could go ahead and put our running back on a wheel route. And let's go ahead and hike this ball. You see they're blitzing, so we should have that post across the middle. If it's man, go ahead and run it out of bounds. The reason why I didn't wait for those zigs to develop, because it kind of does take long. So, if I would have waited, I probably would have got sacked. Now, if I see one high safety, you can do a post here, or you could just go ahead and put him on a streak since seams beat cover 3. Another thing you could do is go ahead and motion out this running back, and then I'm going to go ahead and streak him just to run him off. So let's go ahead and run it, and we should have one of the whips right there wide open. So now as you see, we're one-on-one with Dallas Turner instead of the DB that could have guarded that easily. So now let's go ahead and put triangle back on the post. Oh, I'm in the wrong play. Okay, I got to go back to whips. I was like, what the heck? So when you run whips, most of the time you will have, those whips wide open, but sometimes you might not have them open. Here, if you wanted to, you go ahead and put R1 on the out route. As y'all boys know, out routes are, they're basically the new corner routes, in Madden, how corner routes are OP. On this game, those out routes are OP. So as you see, we can just go ahead and throw the out route, get those easy yards, the easy first down. I like to do out route. It really doesn't matter when you run the out route. You can run it at any time, but when you really need that first down, or if it's fourth down game on the line, I'm telling you, call the out route, and most of the time you will go ahead and get it. And as you see, he's just cooking Dallas Turner at that point. Now, my next favorite formation in the Alabama playbook, besides bunch tight end, is bunch quads offset. And the reason why is because we have rollout double post, we have fake toss verticals, we have crack toss, and we have duo, and then we also have the counter. So let's go ahead and pick the rollout double post play. It's so many things you could do with this play alone, so you can just go ahead and call it stock. And I'm low-key looking for the tight end most of the time when I run it, but sometimes those posts can be wide open. So another thing I like to do is just go ahead and streak square, and you just go ahead, roll out, and of course if it's man, go ahead, throw it to that tight end. But if y'all boys play Ultimate Team, you know some cards don't have good throw power, so you may want to be cautious of that. Another thing I like to do is go ahead and put my running back on a streak, and then go ahead and put square on the streak, just a little set up like that. So now I could read both streaks, and if we wanted to throw it to the running back, we could have right there, but you know that tight end was wide open, and most of the time the tight end is the money route in this play. Now the run duo is one of the most it's unstoppable. I'm not gonna lie, this play, it goes crazy, especially if you got a crazy stick like that and you know how to speed boost. If y'all boys want to know how to get that crazy stick and get that speed boost, like I said, just go to the Patreon. Ebook is in the bio. Also, the play crack toss also is crazy. So if your opponent starts to, stack the middle because he can't stop your duo, that's when you just hit him with the simple crack toss and get to the outside for the easy yards down the field. Now, I'm going to be putting y'all boys on some sauce that y'all probably didn't know. F twins over is basically like a wildcat. The reason why I say that is because let's just go ahead and come out in it just to show y'all boys. As you see, we have Baker Mayfield in. So as you see, if you call it regular, your quarterback will be in, but all you have to do is just use your right stick to change the package. And as you see, we could go ahead and put, where's it at? Okay, there it goes. I was like, what's going on? We could put our running back in back there, and we could also put a receiver. So you see it goes Luther Burton, or we could either put Saquon back there. And the reason for that, why we want to do that, you could do the jet QB counter. You could do the jet power. So let's go ahead and call the jet power with Saquon back there. As you see, this is a wildcat. All it is basically wildcat. And it's, like I said, it does get toxic if you know how to run it correctly. I'm telling y'all boys, it gets crazy. Let's go ahead and do the counter with it since we have Saquon back there. It's just a run of that. Or you could put your fastest receiver. So this is just, to have some fun. Ooh, this is a play where you can have some fun and also treat it like a wildcat because, it really doesn't have the real wildcat formation. Now, I know a lot of y'all boys struggle in the red zone. That's why I'm here to help y'all boys. So we're going to be go ahead and go over the trips tight end formation. We're going to be going over the play, QB zone, and also RPO read wide flat. Let's just go ahead and pick the RPO first. Now, most of the time when you run this, like I said, they're not expecting it. They're not thinking about that tight end going out. So, like right there, the defense isn't expecting that tight end to go out. You just go ahead and score the easy touchdown. Of course, you throw it. Now, we do have somebody playing out there, but at the same time, he may not play it. So, you just want to account for that. But then you also do have that bubble on the right side, so you just have to read it. If it's not open, don't throw it, just hand the ball off. And like I said, you can also keep that ball with the quarterback just like that if you wanted to, and go ahead and get in there for the easy touchdown. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the QB zone. Now this is probably not the best defense to run it against, but just to show y'all boys how it will work. You have Saquon as a blocker, and you see it ends up working. Our tight end Ebron end up getting, he blocked one person, but ended up blocking both of them with one block. Now, this is the perfect defense where you would run it against. So let's go ahead and change it to QB zone. And now we should have this walk-in touchdown. So like I said, it all depends on whatever. Ooh, Saquon. Come on, bro. That's on Saquon right there. He got to get out there for us. Let's go ahead and do it again. QB zone. It is to your running back. It's up to your running back to get this block right here. You could cut it up if you wanted to. You could keep it outside. But as you see, we're getting in the touchdown. I mean, we're getting touchdowns when we run this play. So like I said, you can either run this RPO just like this. Of course, you will read it. I didn't mean to do that, but you see it gets glitchy. And both of those two plays down in red zone are extremely unstoppable. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about single back. The only play I really run out of here is the Y zone. You know, it's basically just a stretch. And I run that, you know, either if I need to chew clock, when the game is towards the end and we just need to run the ball. It's always important to have a stretch play in your playbook. That's why I like to run it. And then if they start to, you know, like overload the outsides, and let's say if they have a light box in the middle because they overload it on the sides to stop the stretch, that's when I'll just go ahead and switch a play to the inside zone and chunk up a whole bunch of yards with that run play. They also have pistol. I really don't run this, but if I do run it, it's really for the wide zone. So basically just the stretch again, and sometimes I may mix it in with a play action like the PA boot, like I said, just to catch my opponent off guard because they're going to see me run every time I go in this formation. Then they're possibly run commit, and that's when we just throw it over the top and get the easy touchdown with the pad with a play action. Now let's go ahead and talk about trips HB weak. Now this is one of the most annoying formations in this playbook because it has the HB direct, but not only does it have the HB direct, it also has HB angle screen. And I'm telling y'all boys, you never know when this is coming. So let's go ahead and change my play to HB direct snap right there, and let's go ahead and click the HB screen, pick a random defense. Like I said, your opponent really, the way the running back runs the route, it's so cheesy. So they're really never expecting it. I held that ball too long, but you see, we had nothing but big boys just waiting right there to block for us. You see, we got 3 big boys in space. And of course, you know, since he's big, he stopped us. But like I said, this play is very annoying. It's even kind of sometimes like glitchy for me to stop just because how he just stops on a dime like that. And I'm telling you, it's real easy for defenders to overrun it because, like I said, he just stops out of nowhere. So let's go ahead and run it one more time. Like I said, he would just stop and, you know, hide behind those blockers just like that. So it looks like he was guarding it, but because we got those big boys out there, like I said, it is very hard to stop. And then you also have this HB direct. You know, nobody likes going against HB direct. I mean, if y'all want to know how to stop the HB direct, like, hey, link is in the bio. Go ahead and go over to the Patreon. But this play also does get glitchy, and it is very annoying. You just got to go ahead and hit that right gap. You see an opening, just go ahead, hit it, and get those easy yards. Last but not least, we're going to be going over empty bunch quads. Now, if I'm playing against somebody that likes to run a lot of man, like to blitz a lot, this is one of the plays I would go to, and the play is motion vertical. So let's just go ahead and go, you know, over like a little, like have a blitz or something like that. So it's just that motion, you know, he's following him, and most of the time I'm gonna go ahead probably hit Randy Moss because, oh, we had triangle. But you know, that wheel route against man is just so glitchy, and you kind of gotta make a quick read and quick decision. So as you're seeing Ebron, he was open faster. So if I wanted to just throw it to Ebron right there, ooh, hold on now. It's my defense, so I expect them boys to ball out like that. They shouldn't give up no easy touchdowns. So let's go ahead. Ooh, all right. Let's do it one more time. That's on me. That's on me. So what they're doing, they're switching responsibility. So it looks like he's open, but the safety is actually guarding him. So let's just go ahead and throw it to Randy Moss now. And you see, ooh! Hey, y'all boys. Hey, it's my defense. All right, so let's just go ahead and hit the open person right here. Let's go ahead and make the read. Stop trying to force it to people. Let's just go ahead and throw it to Hunter Renfrow across the middle of the field, man. And go ahead. Can we get in there? Okay, we ain't get in there. But you see, we get down the field. We get down the field easy now. I was just going ahead and, let's go. We got it again. So Hunter Renfrow is your money ball. If you could go ahead and throw it quick to Ebron, you could also do that. So if you wanted to, ooh, come on, man. So if you wanted to throw it quick just because, you know, that safety on that left has to make that distance, you could just go ahead and do that. So boom, you see, and it makes it harder for him to catch it. You know, I was throwing it late. Or like I said, if you want to try to wait for Randy Moss to get open, you could just backpedal a little bit and then throw it in the air, and you could probably, is that the 6? Who is that on him? Number 1? Oh, that's the dude from Kentucky. I thought that was a 6'4" corner. You would just have to wait a little bit, but of course, you know, that's more, it's a little bit more of a risk, but it does work when I play online. All right, y'all boys, let me know which playbook or defense or tips y'all want to see next video. And y'all boys know I got y'all. But if this video helped, go ahead and drop a like in a comment. Hey man, and I ain't forget, if y'all boys GLC members, drop the GLC in the comment section. But y'all boys gonna be compy this year. Ain't no more losing. If y'all boys want to win more games, make sure you go ahead and get that Patreon, because the ebooks go crazy. It's your boy Get Lamar.